been a long time since we heard from Baby Keem. 5 years to be exact. We haven't heard from him through the Drake battle. We didn't hear from him through the rise of Kendrick Lamar. We didn't even get a feature on GNX. So 5 years is a very long time to hear somebody's actually evolved from their first album. This is supposed to be the flagship artist for PgLang. This is supposed to be the album where we get to hear if he separated himself from Kendrick Lamar's shadow. So the question I'm going to ask during this review is, did Baby Keem evolve, or did he just refine the same formula? Let's talk about it.
The STEM Society.
This week, we're sitting down and we're going to talk about Baby Keem's new album, Casino. I got interested in Baby Keem back in 2019. You know what's funny? And I just thought about this too. The first song that I heard from Baby Keem was Stats, which was, I heard the song during a Drake Instagram story. No lie. That's when I first heard Baby Keem. But that song was so interesting that I had to go and dig into the catalog and see what was going on. And the first album I actually listened to was Die For My Bitch. And I love that album. It's one of my favorite projects from him. And just kind of seeing the elevation and seeing where he's come, especially the Melodic Blue, which I think was a very underrated album. And I think a lot of people didn't really get it. I think the Melodic Blue showed how Baby Keem had evolved from way back from 2019. So for me, my expectations were to be able to hear him evolve from the Melodic Blue. We haven't heard from him in 5 years, and now he's got the label situation with PgLang and with Kendrick Lamar. My expectations were very, very high. Baby Keem dropped Casino on February the 20th. It's got 11 songs. It's 37 minutes long, and this is his second studio album. When this album dropped, I had a lot of people getting in my comments or getting in my DM saying that they didn't like this album. They didn't understand it. They didn't get it. I've been listening to Baby Keem for a very long time, so I always knew that he was going to go his own route or go his own lane. And that's the testament of who he is as an artist. I've always enjoyed him being able to do something that was outside the box. So when it came to this album, I was expecting him to really go far left on here. And if I'm being real, he did, with a lot of trauma. This album is filled with a lot of different themes as far as like his move from LA to Las Vegas, complex situations with women, his childhood being really fucked up. Like, he gives us a lot of that in this album, but you couldn't tell if you heard the production. Let's talk about the production for a second. This was very clean. It was very polished, which is a testament to Baby Keem growing as a producer. He touched damn near every song on this album, and it sounds fantastic. I love the production on here. He took a lot of risks too. This is a very ambitious album when it comes to a lot of the beats on here. Let me pull up my notes. When you think about I Am Not a Lyricist or the Highway 95 Part 2, even the Circus Circus freestyle where he actually switches the beat up like 3 times, he went for it on here and it paid off because sonically, this shit sounds amazing. I don't think it's other people who are doing what he's doing as far as the production is concerned. And I really appreciate him giving us the lighter type beats or the beats that don't sound super dark mixed in with the content that he's talking about. And the content is him going in on just how fucked up shit has been in his life. I think that's brilliant. I think it's super smart to do something like that. It reminds me a lot of Vince Staples going through his situation when Vince Staples gave us Ramona Park Broke My Heart, or his Dark Times album. Like, I like it when you can mask the trauma with great production. So he got credit for that, man. The lyrical side of things is probably where this album kind of dips off. If you're looking for something that actually has super technical rhymes, this ain't it. Keem basically focused himself more on trying to tell a story than trying to give us really complex rhymes. And I have to respect that. Even though I was looking for him to kind of elevate in the lyrical part of things, the way he was telling his story on here, I kind of had to excuse not having to be super layered. Sometimes you don't have to be very layered to be able to get your point across. Ask J. Cole, he's been doing it for years. But this was something that I really enjoyed about him. He's not really trying to be an overly technical rapper, but he is very controlled, and you do see the growth since the Melodic Blue album. I did see him grow a lot more. And I think it's really more about the storytelling than anything else. Melodic Blue was one of those albums where it kind of just felt like he was just there to be able to just say some shit, and he really wasn't giving us a whole fucking album. It was just like, hey man, I can rap, and I'll rap with my cousin, I'm gonna say these things. But here, he had to be on point with his storytelling because it had a theme. He had to get his thoughts across, and he did it in a very cool way. Baby Keem is not one of those artists that I look for technicality when it comes to that. And I think that's where a lot of us get this shit fucked up. This is him understanding what kind of artist he is and him not jumping into the lyrical miracle super technical bag. I respect it. I wish it was a little bit better, but seeing what the album is about, I understood it. It was okay with me. That goes along with this album being very cohesive. This never felt like it was something that was broken up where you could just take songs out and put it into a playlist. This felt like a complete album. I hope more artists are giving us complete albums this year because this right here was a very good example of how you put together something as an album to tell your story. There are some nice standouts on this album also. Let me get my notes. No Security was like good because it just told everything about what the album was going to be about in that one song, and all we had to do was follow suit. Great job. Circus Freestyle. This is where he actually gets into his rap bag. You have the beat switches up 3 different times, and Baby Keem actually switches up his rhyme pattern all those times, and I like that. Like, he got in his bag every now and again. Circus Freestyle, probably my favorite song on this album. My second favorite song on here is No Surprise, Good Flirts with Kendrick Lamar. Here's the thing about this song too, which people aren't really saying, and I'm gonna actually say it. Kendrick Lamar as a feature complements the song and it doesn't overpower the song. I like the fact that he has a very subtle feature. I like the fact that he gets into his rap bag pretty cool. I like the Young Thug line about gossiping with his girl too. I love all of that shit. But he didn't overpower Baby Keem on this song, and he actually just made it better. He was like the side, the best side. He's like the macaroni and cheese to the steak dinner. You get what I'm saying? Like, he complimented this very well, and I have to give respect to Kendrick Lamar because I think he knew that this was his cousin's shot to be able to break himself out of his shadow. So it wasn't so, his feature wasn't super heavy. I respect that about that. I really enjoy Good Flirts. Highway 95 Part 2. This is my second favorite song on the album because it's so fucking depressing, but it's honest and it's real at the same time. Like, when you listen to Highway 95 Part 2, bruh, like, it just feels sad as fuck. And I don't like to be depressed all the time, but it's that beat and him getting into talking about his sister gonna be somebody. I'm getting on Highway 95, $5 worth of gas, ain't got nothing in the tank. I'm trying to make it through life. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta make sure my sister's gonna be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just what he went through in that song and what he talked about in that song is so sad. But the song is so good, bruh. My second favorite song on here, man. Didn't think I was gonna get a great verse from Too Short in 2026. I don't know how many people are saying that, but I'm telling you right now, didn't see that happening. Sex Appeal is a good song too, man. It took me a couple listens for me to really grab onto it and hit that favorite, button on Tidal, but after my third listen, I was like, this is actually a pretty good song. So I had to put that on there as a plus. I think the biggest gripe I have with the internet and this album is I am not a lyricist. For everybody who's saying this is an Andre 3000 type song, that's stupid because it's not. Even though he had the cadence like an Andre 3000 would, this is not an Andre 3000 song. I think that's what soured me on this song the most because everywhere I went, it was just like, oh man, like Baby Keem went Andre 3000 on I Am Not a Lyricist. It's just like, nah, not necessarily. And the more I seen people praise the song because of that, the more I wanted to shy away from it and be like, y'all niggas are lame and that's just stupid. Why would you say something like that? So it really wasn't, I think the internet chatter about the song made me turn away from that song more than just the actual song. But get off of it, bruh. That calling that man Andre 3000, that's just some bullshit, man. Stop doing that shit. Can I talk about the replay value for a second? This album is more for core fans of Baby Keem than it is for casual fans. At the beginning of this review, I told you guys I had a lot of people hit me up and say they didn't like this album. And I understand that because this is dealing with a lot of different traumas. This is dealing with a lot of different things that happen in somebody's life that you may have not been following for the very beginning of his career. So I get it. For me, this is one of his best albums. I think we're finally getting to hear a personal side of him and not just bits and pieces from other albums. He got deep on here, bro. And I think that's the reason why I like this album so much. And I'm going to replay it because, well, I've listened to it 3 times already. And I've replayed it because I find or catch something new every time I listen to it. And I never thought I would actually say this type of thing about a Baby Keem album, but the man just went deep on here and he just threw it all out on the table. And I have to respect him for that. And again, like I said, I've been with him. I've been listening to Baby Keem since 2019. So yeah, this is one of my favorite albums that he's put out. But if you're a casual fan, you're just somebody who's just not gonna get it. Baby Keem gave us great production, strong storytelling, and the pacing is some of the best I've seen on an album. But the album does deal with some very heavy subject matter, and it's just not made for casual fans. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give this an 8. Once I realized that he was using great production to cover up a lot of the childhood trauma he was talking about, I just felt like this was genius, and I felt like he did it. He's not the first person to do it, but he did it better than a lot of other people could. This feels like an upgrade to Baby Keem. This feels like he has evolved, and it feels like he's pulling away from Kendrick Lamar, but he's not totally off from under his shadow. With this being his first album on PgLang, I have to give him a lot of kudos, man. Baby Keem, he landed the plane for me. I really feel like this is one of the better projects that came out this year, and we're in February. He just did a phenomenal job with everything. The documentary, the album, even the rollout, the listening parties that we got to see. All of that stuff it landed for me, bruh. This is a great album. I would most definitely advise you to go listen to it. I know a lot of casual fans won't really get it because they haven't really listened to dug deep into his catalog before. But I promise you, if you're somebody who's been listening to Baby Keem as long as I have, you will enjoy and appreciate this album. So tell me what you think about the album, man. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it an album that gave you good vibes? Was it an album that you thought was trash? I really want to hear what you got to say in the comments, man. I appreciate you guys for joining me for another album review. If you like what I do, because what I do is not very easy, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, man. I'm always giving you hot takes on news. I'm giving you album reviews. I'm talking about any and everything in the culture. So I appreciate you guys for hitting me up. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Peace out.
She is kind of fucking with my money, but I meant everything I said, and I say it again.